Hi, my name is Lane. Today, I am presenting on Age of Empires 2, widely regarded as the best ever real-time strategy game, so much so that it has had a number of iterations on the same game. This is the game I decided upon for my final presentation because of how it aligns with Guy's learning principles. I will present this content to you as a video essay in the hopes that it's not horribly dull for you to watch, as would be my PowerPoint. In Age of Empires, the game teaches you to play through feedback systems, cycles of expertise, tutorials, customization, and scaffolded learning, all in accordance with Guy's learning principles. It also incorporates semiotic domains, which I will touch on later. Age of Empires 2 is big on co-design. One can learn how to play through their own experience. When you start up the game for the first time, it doesn't force you into a tutorial, it shows you a cutscene and then brings you to a menu. From here, you can choose to jump into an online game right away, play against the computer, or load up a tutorial. This allows you to learn as you go, or if you already know how to play from previous experiences or watching tutorials, you could get right in. From the tutorials, one major point that is emphasized is scaffolded learning throughout. The first tutorial starts with simple unit command, where it shows you how to move your troops around and then take over a British outpost. Introductory tutorials, the game holds your hand. It tells you exactly what to do and when, and gives immediate feedback. In the first few missions, there is no penalty for failure. The game gives you unlimited time to figure it out, helps you along the way. When a player reaches the intermediate and advanced tutorials, manipulation and distributed knowledge become more prevalent. The player has more ability to influence the game, and their hand is held less. In these missions, the game awards a medal for completing the mission in a certain amount of time or without losing a certain number of units. And in this, there is a failure penalty, because if one loses, they have to restart, and that's another 10 minutes that they have to spend playing. While these are harder, information just in time is prevalent. At the start of every mission, there's a hints tab which pops up with a scouting report that tells you what you need to do in the mission. Also, during it, it will give hints as to what the player should use their villagers for and tell you when and where to use it, implementing the just-in-time principle. Cycles of expertise is a critical feature to understand if one wants to get better at the game. The first 7 to 12 minutes, depending on the skill level of the player, will be almost the same every time, depending on the map chosen for battle. One must practice how to get through these ages the fastest, build up their economy, and then determine their strategy, whether that strategy is building up more units or their strategy is just focusing on economy and defending. The tutorial system for Fast Castle and Dark Age Economy allow for players to master the cycle of expertise and gain skills needed for online play. While this game does have an in-depth tutorial section, it has not always been this way. In previous iterations of this game, these tutorials were not as advanced, and one might have had to buy a companion book to learn some of these strategies. But the community and different YouTubers have influenced this game over its 20-year lifespan. YouTubers like Hera made entire careers out of teaching people how to play the game. It is so in-depth. There are many skills in the game that are not explicitly taught, but can still be found within the games. Many skills, such as using sheep to scout, or the use of hotkeys to become more efficient, aren't directly taught in many of the tutorials, but can be found in the menu system or in the online wikis. All the tutorials are given historic context, whether that's William Wallace of Scotland or Sun Tzu's Art of War. These fictional representations of real events help players to become more ingrained and have more buy-in through the use of narrative elements and historical figures to create buy-in for the gameplay. Semiotic domains are present throughout this game. From the music to the icons, players associate certain things with elements of the game. For example, music will change when one is getting attacked. There will be alerts that you're under attack, And just looking at wood and berries, stone and gold on the map, you have to learn to assign that with the resources and then what those resources do in the game and how those can help you improve. The effectiveness of how Age of Empires teaches one to play should be analyzed in the context of real life and how these systems can be implemented in the classroom or other areas. This has been my analysis of Age of Empires 2, the real-time strategy game, through Guy's learning principles. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions, please leave them in the discussion section. Thank you.